Well, well, well. Look who's back. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I actually wasn't too sure whether I was going to do one of these videos or not because I wasn't too sure whether I left it too late. But today I'm going to be taking you through my favourite products of 2019. This is just the makeup look that I came up with today. It's nothing special. The focus was just mainly on talking about the products, how I use them and how they perform. If you just want to see how I got this makeup look and if you just want to know what products I was enjoying in 2019, then just keep on watching. Okay, I think that's the best I can make my eyebrows look for now. Please do keep in mind I'm not finished. I actually do the front of my eyebrows after I do my foundation and powders and everything, so please bear with me on that. So whenever it comes to carving out my eyebrows, I don't necessarily have like a favourite product or a go-to product. I always just use the concealer that I'm going to be using on my face that day. But for Christmas I finally got the Plouise eyebase. I've actually only tried this once and the one time I used it I wasn't that impressed, to be honest. But I think it's the fact that everybody raves about it so much and everybody's tongue is in its asshole. I just went in with such high hopes thinking this is going to change my life, it's going to be the best product ever. I don't know, so far I'm pretty meh about it, but I'm going to keep using it because I think it will and could have potential to become one of my favourite products, but we shall see. So I'm just going to use it to carve out these eyebrows and then I'm going to start on the eyes like I said. Okay, so I'm going to be pretty ruthless and put more on. So I've just buffed it out and dragged it down all over my lid, so I'm now just going to put more on. I'm just going to be using a wee concealer brush. I think I need to change the lighting on my camera. We're very bright. I'll do this first. Oh no! I think I put far too much on. Just gonna spread that out. So far so good. I don't know whether to set it or not. Like, can you set it? Like, is it a choice that you have? I did notice that this year was definitely the year for me that I was just using products for basically the crack. Like, I was just using up products to get them used, to get them used up, I suppose. They weren't necessarily the best products, they weren't exactly my favourites, but I was using them a lot on my channel, I was using them a lot on my videos and whatever, but they weren't necessarily favourites. Like, I don't actually have a lot of favourite go-to products unless it's foundation, setting powder or like base products because they're really important to me. Like, for an example, like this is the palette that I've picked. Yeah, it was a really good palette, but I used it twice this year. So why is it in this video? But at the same time, like, I don't have any other palettes. Like, maybe apart from this one, I used this a lot last year. Even on days where I was doing my makeup and I wasn't filming, this is the palette that I would have grabbed. So I suppose this should be in here. If you haven't heard me talk about this palette before, this is the EYN Nude in Colour Eyeshadow Palette. You can get this on Beauty Bay. It is so cheap and affordable, and for the price point, the colour story in the palette, the way these shadows blend out is absolutely amazing. They are absolutely perfect. It is such a perfect everyday palette. You can have more of like a day to night look because it obviously has a black and a darker brown to deepen up the lid, the crease, do a smoky lash line. We also have a couple of shimmers and then we also have our mattes. Honey, honey, how he thrills me. Honey, honey. What you know by now, I'm just going to be popping this in the crease. But I'm also going to be blending it up into my upper crease and brow bone. I do apologise about my camera, but my tripod broke at the weekend whenever I was filming my makeup collection video. So I'm now going to go in with this shade here. This is something that I really need to talk to you guys about, but I had said to you guys at the end of the year that my very first video coming back for 2020 was my makeup collection video, so I was really sticking to that and that was going to be my first video. So I filmed it, honestly, it must have took me about 3 hours to film it because my camera kept on overheating. The camera battery actually ran out twice, so I had to keep on stopping and like keep on recharging it. My tripod broke while I was filming it as well. So halfway through I had to actually like hold the camera like by my hand. And there were so many shots where like the camera was out of focus. It was an absolute mess. So whenever I was editing through the footage, I actually deleted all the footage that I had messed up on and I actually re-filmed it. So I then had all the footage and it took me 3.5 days to edit the footage. So I don't know if any of you guys know or not, but I'm sure some of you do, but I still do absolutely everything like on my phone, and I will edit on my phone and I will upload on my phone. I do absolutely everything like on my phone because I don't have a computer or a laptop or anything. Because the video was so long, I didn't have the actual storage on my phone for the entire makeup collection video, even whenever I had edited it down, and it kept on saying that I had deleted footage whenever I hadn't, and so therefore it wasn't even giving me the option to be able to save it or export it to, say, Kyle, or send it to myself through an email, and I could go to Kyle's house and use their laptop or their computer and I could upload it that way. Yeah, I just want to say that it was an absolute nightmare. Like, I don't even want to get pissed off over it, but I just want to let you know that my makeup collection video is coming. Like, it honestly is coming, and I am so sorry. I'm going to be doing a smoked liner, so I'm going to be taking a mixture between the brown and the black, mainly the brown shade. Whenever I'm coming into the inner corner, I'm going to go quite thin, not too thick. And then as soon as I get near the outer corner, I'm going to bring it up. Okay guys, so that's lashes on, and I actually think I should have went with a smaller lash because I just kind of think that they're a wee bit too big, maybe? Yeah, they're a wee bit too big. But anyway, these are just lashes that I've been loving recently anyway, and they're the My Tubes Cosmetics. I will have them listed down below, and I also have a discount code. So next to start on the base makeup, so I have two primers here. The first one is the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I know if you've been watching my videos for quite some time, you know that I'm not necessarily a primer type person. I'm not the biggest believer in primers, let's just say. I always kind of find that if you have no issues with your skin regarding discoloration, enlarged pores, a lot of texture, whatever it might be, all you need is just like a good moisturized base. So therefore all you need is just like a really good moisturizer. But yeah, I've just been really loving this. Then the second one is from MEA, and it's the Pro Base Moisturising Primer. So this is just, as I say, a moisturising primer. You can get this in Superdrug for little to nothing, but it's just very moisturising and very hydrating. So it kind of has like a moisturiser consistency, and then once you actually start to blend it into the skin, it just feels as if it just breaks down to like an even more water-based consistency. So therefore it just spreads out really nice and evenly. I don't know, you can just tell that it's just really nice and moisturising and just hydrating the skin. And then with the e.l.f. primer, I like to just use it with a beauty blender because my nails are just far too long at the minute, and I just like to go around just like my nose area, my T-zone, and around this area here. I just like to first off just start by pressing it on the skin. But I just find that whenever I'm using this, my foundation just glides over my skin just absolutely beautifully. It just seems to completely smooth out my face. Like, I don't even know if you can notice like a difference in my skin already from using it. Like, it just seems to even like perfect the skin as well. I'm going to be using the Huda Beauty Full Filter Foundation, and I'm in the shade Shortbread, so hopefully this does match me. This foundation isn't really for the faint-hearted, to be honest. It is just cake batter in a bottle, and that's what I love about it. I just love that it's so full coverage. It just looks absolutely flawless on the skin. It lasts such a long time. It doesn't oxidize. It blends out beautifully. Whenever I use this foundation, whenever I have like breakouts or anything, it doesn't cling to any dry areas around my breakouts, or it doesn't act funny with them. It's just the most beautiful foundation. It is just so perfect. It just looks as if you have like a filter on your skin. It's just absolutely gorgeous. One thing about Huda Beauty is she does have a lot of shades in this, so hopefully whether you're very, very pale or you have a darker skin tone, you will hopefully be able to get your shade. Concealer was a bit of a tricky one because, again, this was the year of just using a concealer, any concealer, for the crack of it. But one concealer really did kind of perk me up a wee bit, and it was the Barry All Night Long concealer. I feel a wee bit guilty talking about this because I only recently just got this, but I just love how full coverage this concealer is. I love how brightening it is. Like, I absolutely love the Too Faced Multi-Sculpt concealer, I think it's called, and this would honestly nearly be like a drugstore dupe for that concealer. And like, it just blends out like an absolute dream too. If there is one thing that I changed up big time in my makeup routine this year, and I cannot do my makeup now without doing this, is cream contouring. Cream contouring has always kind of been a thing, right? But it's always one of those steps in your makeup routine that it's an extra step that you have to go to. My god, I can't do my makeup now without cream contouring. But the first one I talk about, but I'm not going to talk about it too much, is this one from W7, and it's the Makeup and Glow Bronzing Base. So this is a really cheap one from the drugstore. I'm not going to talk about it too much because apparently this product is now discontinued and you can't get it anymore, but guys, when I tell you this is the best cream contouring product I have found in my little life, you best believe it. The next best thing to that product is these higher end versions. So we have the Huda Beauty and the Chanel bronzer. So the one I'm going to be using today is the Huda Beauty Tantour Cream Contour Add Bronzer, and it's in the shade Light. It's just absolutely amazing. It is so, so good. And again, this is the lightest shade. I know it does look a wee bit dark, it does look a wee bit scary, but trust me, you will see the process of me applying it and blending it out. But this does come in so many more darker shades. So if you are somebody that has a darker skin tone, they will have colours for your skin tone. You just need to start cream contouring. It will change your life. So I'm just going to be taking on a stippling brush, and I like to just kind of go a wee bit balls deep, to be honest. I just like to stipple it. For my hairline, just whatever is on the brush. Again, I'm just going to take my beauty sponge, and I just like to take like the wee bum of it. And honestly, you will see how easy this is to blend out. So I first off just like to blend just like along a line first of all, just to make sure it's blended out. I think I put more on that side than I have on this side. Love that. Obviously do keep in mind you can go lighter handed than this, but because I am so obsessed with it, I've just been going more and more heavy handed with cream bronzer. But like guys, like as you can see, like look at the difference that has made to my forehead and just like my makeup in general. It just looks so much more natural. Like it just gives your skin and your face just such like a natural contour. It just looks so goddamn natural. It is honestly probably one of my favourite products out of the entire year that I have found. Honestly, cream contouring has just been an absolute lifesaver. Like as you can see, it is just completely like warmed up my face. My face just doesn't look as flat now. It just gives such a natural contour this to the skin, and it just I don't even know what else to say. Guys, you need to go out and buy this. You should need it. Next up for powder, I on a daily basis / every day I use 3 powders. So the first 2 powders I'm not really going to talk about too much because they're not necessarily like die-hard favourites, but they're just the 2 powders that I've been using like every single day for months really. So this wee one from Poundland, and then this one from Makeup Revolution. I just used this wee one on my under eyes and my T-zone to set those areas because this is quite brightening, and then I just used this slightly darker powder to set the outer perimeter. Of course, of course guys, I'm going to be using my I Heart Revolution coconut scented baking powder. You knew this was coming, you really did. So I just like to empty whatever I can just out onto the lid, and then just use the wee powder puff just to press that right in. I absolutely love the wee powder puff that it comes with because you're actually able to get like such an even distribution of powder around your face. Like I always used to bake with a beauty blender, but I noticed there would have been like a little powder here and then it would have skipped a bit and a little powder here and like it was just far too patchy, whereas with the powder puff you just get it so even. Even whenever I haven't got like any powder like left on the wee powder puff, I still just like to go in and just like press that in, and it just makes my under eyes look so smooth. It is honestly the best powder I have ever used. So now is whenever I will go in and I will spritz my face, because obviously it's a powder. I'm not going to say that it doesn't give that powdery look to the skin. It does. It obviously does. It's a powder and I've just went in and baked. But now is whenever I will go in and I will spritz my face. I haven't got a favourite setting spray at the minute. One I've been reaching for mostly at the minute is the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. It's honestly probably one of the best setting sprays actually. But I just want to give you a wee bit of a close-up of my under eyes before I go in and set everything, and just put a wee bit of hydration back into my skin again and just soak in any excess product that might be still on my skin, so you can actually see like how nice it actually is, like without fixing it, let's just say. It's just fabulous, okay? It's just absolutely brilliant. But I just went off camera there and done my lower lash line. So next up for highlight, the Laura Gellar Gilded Honey highlight. It is quite of a dark highlight, don't get me wrong, so that's why I actually would take this with a fan brush. I would actually just use this as like an all over glow to the skin, just on the highest points, before I go on with my more intense highlight. It's not even as much as like a gold highlight or like a bronze, it's like a beautiful champagne. I think I bought this because I seen Desi Perkins talking about it, and obviously everything looks absolutely fabulous on her. So I obviously had to get it, and it is absolutely gorgeous. So the next highlight I also want to talk about is of course my Colourpop Flexitarian. So with these two together, whenever I use these together, it's just the most beautiful highlight combination. It's absolutely gorgeous. And then Colourpop Flexitarian, because this is the more intense highlight, I just like to focus it just on the highest point, which will be here for me. So then once I kind of have it like laid down where I want it to, I'm actually just going to like feather the edges a wee bit. I've actually turned my camera lighting down because I just really want you to see like how beautiful. Screw this, the camera is going up onto my hands. I just want to show you like how nice it is. Obviously it's going to be far too intense for most people, but I do my highlight first, and now I'm going to go in with my blush and bronzer. So as I'm like blending them, I'm kind of blending the highlight into the blush and the bronzer, so it's not just like a big landing strip the way it looks right now. It's not just like a big silver strip up my face. It then just gets nicely blended into the highlight, or the bronzer and the blusher. So then for blush, this is the Revolution Blusher Reloaded in Peach Bliss. This actually has been one of those blushes that I have been loving recently, and it is just the most beautiful colour. It is absolutely perfect for my skin tone. It's just a perfect colour that goes with every single makeup look. It's got a wee bit of pink, it's got a wee bit of peach, it's got like a wee bit of like a salmon colour in there as well. I love that it's not super pigmented, because with a blush I like to have the freedom to actually be able to build it up instead of having like bam, this massive bit of pigment that you're struggling to blend out. It's always easier to apply than take away, if that makes sense, whenever it comes to makeup. This was such a difficult one because I think in nearly every tutorial I used like a different bronzer, and I know I've used a lot of the times the Physicians Formula bronzer, but again, like it wasn't one of those bronzers that I would like really recommend, and it's not one of those bronzers that I would like really gravitate towards if I'm wanting a flawless bronze to the skin. But it's the Poundland bronzer. I'm such a cheapskate. This wee bronzer from Poundland is fabulous. I think I spoke about it in my makeup collection video that doesn't exist anymore. I have the Anastasia bronzer in there, and I'm not too sure whether it's because I got the wrong shade or whatever, but I shit you not, this bronzer is better than the Anastasia Beverly Hills bronzer. It blends out better, like I'm not even joking. It's not like really overly pigmented, like you're able to work with it, you're able to have the freedom to build up or have it quite nice and subtle, but it's just absolutely perfect! I love it! Like, look how nice my forehead looks. Like, it's just a nice sun-kissed bronze. Like, it doesn't look patchy, it doesn't look uneven, it doesn't look overly powdery. I would say my favourite lip liner of the year would have been the Revlon Colour Stay lip liner, and I actually don't have it because I used it up. I always feel really accomplished whenever I use something up, but I'm going to be using Spice lip liner by MAC. Of course, these are the two products I want to give a mention about. This is the Burberry Liquid Lip Velvet in Light Nude number 01. Another liquid lipstick I want to talk about that I'm not going to be using today, but I still, like, I didn't want to not mention it, is the Jeffree Star liquid lipstick in Mannequin. Oh hell. No! I'm actually going to use both of these today actually, because I don't want to leave the Jeffree Star one out because I just love it so much. And I think he's having a bit of a hard time at the minute, God love him. It's not a pale nude, it's not a dark nude, but it's just like a your lips but better kind of nude. It is honestly the most beautiful colour. It is just absolutely gorgeous, and it lasts so long on me. And sometimes, like, throughout the day whenever I have a liquid lipstick on for so long and I'm eating and drinking and smoking like my lipstick will come away from like in here, and like whenever I'm using a really light nude liquid lipstick, you can see the contrast, you can see the difference, you can see that it's peeling off, whereas with this you can't, because it just, like, the colour of it, your lips but better, it is just the most gorgeous colour. The difference between these two is, obviously, with any other liquid lipstick and this liquid lipstick, is the fact that it dries down to be a matte, whereas this is a matte liquid lipstick but it stays creamy, so it stays very, very comfortable in the lips. Like, whenever this dries down I won't have any movement, whereas with this liquid lipstick you still have the movement in your lips. So if you are somebody that does want a matte lip but it's really, really comfortable, it's still moisturising, you're still wanting a wee bit of movement, you still want to be able to, like, eat and drink and do whatever else, but you're still wanting it to be, as I say, long lasting and be there, this is honestly the best. Just going to apply this just in the centre. Okay guys, so this completes this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and hopefully I will get my makeup collection video up as soon as possible. I just don't know how I'm going to actually work my way around it with editing on my phone and storage and whatever. At the minute it's looking to be a wee bit impossible, but honestly I really do try my goddamn hardest. But anyway guys, all the products I used in today's video will be listed and linked. There's somebody at my door. Fuck off! All the products will be listed and linked down below in the description box, and other than that I hope to see you guys all very, very soon. Thank you all so much for watching.